I had a goal to go to Japan and ski the deepest snow of my life. My best friend Carter was in. We both took 2 weeks off work in January and sent the trip. Japan has kind of blown up lately. Bottomless snow, dreamy backcountry lines, but you're never gonna know if you're gonna score or not till you start getting out there. We skied 13 days straight. No guides and mostly in the backcountry. Every night we'd study maps and new lines with our host Mizuguchi, who we ended up becoming really good friends with, but more on him later. As we got to Tokyo, Carter and I were super fired up to go skiing. But throughout this trip, I think our perspective started to open up a bit. And we made it to Niseko, and this was home for the next 10 days. And this is where we met our legendary hosts, Mizuguchi and Toyo. And it was actually New Year's Eve, so they invited us to a New Year's dinner party. And yeah, this dinner was so good, and it really made us feel welcomed right away. But because of the jet lag, I KO'd texting your girl at like 9 p.m. But Toyo KO'd right at the dinner table, which was hilarious. I guess Carter was still firing, so he went out with the homies and celebrated New Year's Eve. We woke up feeling like it was a whole new year in a whole new country, and the snow was flying. And with the time change, we were waking up like 5, 6 a.m. So we organized our stuff, ate some quick breakfast. We were already becoming boys with Mizuguchi.
Oh!
And it was time to go skiing.
Andra on one. Deepest battery speed.
Found what?
Yeah!
Has only begun. Our feet were fashioned to run. Oh, and we'll go.
The first few days in Japan were so fun. The snow was deep, and we were really finding our way here. We were fitting in with the culture. Everything just seemed easy. We were eating like kings. We found the local après spot. And yeah, we really started to get set up. We were going to the grocery store. We got everything we needed for a few days. And once we got put on the Sapporo Classics, the Hokkaido onlys, it was game over. Mizuguchi let me use his tuning setup and wax my skis. We learned how to drive on the other side of the road.
Let's get this hussy sideways.
Our daily routine was dialed. We'd wake up at like 5:30, 6 a.m. We'd make coffee. Mizuguchi would come out and have coffee with us, and then we'd get straight to Google Translate work, and we'd ask him all about the local mountain ranges.
リフトを使って、アンプリ。
Mizuguchi would wipe off her car every morning before we even got out, and then we'd eat yogurt, granola, and berries for breakfast, basically every single day. And then we'd head out skiing. Then after skiing every day, we would just chill with the boys. We'd almost always watch skiing on the TV and just have a good laugh. And there was one thing for sure, is that these guys loved skiing. Like, they get so much enjoyment out of skiing. Anyway, they started inviting Carter and I for dinner. Toyo was chefing up something new every single night, so it was always nice to check in on him in the kitchen.
Tofu?
Yeah. Tofu.
So we were eating a different Japanese meal every single night.
Henry?
Oh.
And me.
Oh. Henry.
Yeah. 4 years old.
4 years.
4 years old. On day 3, when we were having our coffee, Google Translate, and map session with Mizuguchi, he actually invited us to ski with him and Toyo. I don't think I fully knew what was going on, but I had a gut feeling we had to commit to this.
We're skiing Annapuri.
I think whatever it is, we just gotta accept it. You know? Alright, cards, talk to me.
We're going to Arigato.
Yeah, we're going boo packing up, as they say, like this. And then
Bluebird Day. You guys gotta come check this out.
the funny thing is we really didn't know the guys that well at this point, and with a lot of broken translate, we really had no idea what we were getting ourselves into, but sometimes you just gotta roll the dice.
Looks good.
we'll go farther than we've been ever before.
Yeah, Toyo.
Mizuguchi ripping! Oh! Oh! What a save, Mizuguchi! Oh, thank you! Ah. Hey.
This is what I mean when I say these guys just have so much fun skiing. They're just so stoked to be out there, and it's actually really fun to be around. After today, it felt like we grew a lot closer to the guys. So we finished the day with Toyo chefing up some of the craziest gyozas of the trip. Honestly, one of the best dinners we had together. Kampai. Kampai.
Kampai.
And then later we found out Mizuguchi actually put us up on the wall after today.
Name.
Japanese name. And then Toyo made us some mochi for dessert, which was the first time we tried red bean mochi.
Mochi. Big bite. It's very sweet.
Very sweet.
And red bean.
We scored pretty hard in the first few days with our accommodation, really good food, and pretty damn good snow. But with all this studying of the maps we were doing with Mizuguchi, we felt confident enough to explore some mountain ranges on our own. So the next day, Carter and I drove over an hour and a half to check out this town called Iwane.
That's the best PB&J I could ever have in my life.
This is where we started taking our map sessions with Mizuguchi and putting them into action. When we got to Iwane, this was day 4, and our goal was to ski tour above the ocean. There was something special about being out there with just carts. And the Bluebird Day gave us some pretty cool views above the ocean. The summit up here was honestly magical, and we definitely took a moment to take it all in. But what we didn't know is that the wind has been ripping here lately, so the face we were about to ski was super wind crusted. Carter and I were pumped on the Bluebird Summit. It was honestly one of the coolest days up there. But because of the wind, the snow wasn't that good. And I know that there was some really deep pockets nearby. We spent the next few days exploring abandoned ski resorts that Mizuguchi showed us. But we kept taking L's because it would get super windy. The visibility would get so bad we couldn't see anything. We never knew what we were gonna get. Some days the wind would rip super hard, and then other days it would get warm and the POW would start to harden up. And we definitely didn't have any issues finding a riverbed and bushwhacking out of it. It wasn't exactly what we were hoping for in Japan, and with no new snow in the forecast, it started to feel like the best ski days of the trip were behind us.
Bro, I might just be straight sold on these, like, right? Come on, right?
Dude, give us a new boot goof and fit.
But we were in Japan, and it was still time off work, so we were gonna do everything we could to make the most of it. We found this cheese ramen spot that was so good, we went there for dinner 2 nights in a row. And we were trying about every different ice cream we could. More of Mizuguchi's homies kept staying at the crib, so our family dinners kept getting bigger and bigger. One night they even got Carter and I to try fish milk, which we didn't know at the time, but it's literally fish sperm.
Creamy, right?
Creamy.
Tattoo?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Ski tour.
Yeah.
We were still skiing every day. And when it got too windy to ski, we broke out my old POW surf.
Dreaming of this moment, hoping for something real, for something real.
Oh yeah, cards.
Way back when I was a lonely soul, holding on to a heart so cold. Letting go is the only way to free myself from the years of pain. You came to me like an ocean breeze, words so sweet I thought I'd never see.
We kept studying the maps every day with Mizuguchi, and since we were still getting out there, we were still learning the mountains better than ever before. Later in our trip, Carter introduced me to 2 of his friends who just happened to be in Japan, Gabby and Shar. I guess they were crazy enough to want to tag along for a few days. But they matched our dynamic perfectly. And with no snow in the forecast, a miracle happened. It just started nuking snow out of nowhere. It just didn't stop coming down. Mizuguchi was back wiping our car, and even he was fired up. And in our last few days in Japan, we were able to score just one last time.
Turns this ski racer. Artsy boy is on, skiing the open face, untouched. Yeah, Cards! Soul, baby!
Carter-san.
Ski! Yeah!
I came here thinking that it was all about skiing deep snow. But when you get to experience Japan, you realize that it's got so much more to offer. The culture, the food, the ice cream, the mountains, and all the new friends we made along the way made this trip way more than we could have ever asked for. But I will say, it's crazy what a few POW turns with your best buddy can do for the soul. The biggest score of the trip was having Mizuguchi as a host. Carter left him with the Canadian skier cross shirt, and I gave him my old boots. In our last few days, we found out Mizuguchi was one of the leaders of the Japanese military, and he gave Carter one of his shirts, and he left me with a towel. Saying bye to Mizuguchi put me in my feels for real.
Please come visit us again.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. Carter-san and Henry-san will miss you.
あなたがいなくて寂しくなるでしょう。
Yeah, yes.
Hi.
Next time I want to ski more.
Hi.
Yeah.
But the best thing Mizuguchi left us with was a new goal to come back and ski the deepest snow with Mizuguchi-san.
See you again. See you again.